was not long before Rudolph Mettenheimer Sr. had a son of his own. On March 2nd, 1978, Rudolph Mettenheimer Jr. was born. As a young child, Rudy lived a life of blissful ignorance.
My childhood was fantastic. Days spent abroad in the hot sun, the Mediterranean. The height of life, all in the palm of my hand as a boy. Who could ask for more, I say? Who could ask for more? Well, you know, the Mettenheimer family has never really prided itself on emotional closeness. The estate in which I grew up had one wing for my father, one wing for myself, and one mother. So, in a way, it's sort of the same dynamic except across the globe now. So I would say our relationship is about as good.
As Rudolph Mettenheimer Jr. grew up, his family moved all across America, from Virginia to West Virginia to Oklahoma to Kansas to California to Oregon and then to Washington. They moved military bases all across America because of his father's job, and that kind of, you know, made him into what was known as a military brat.
Yes, I was a military brat, and proud of it. The best boys are military brats.
And it kind of disrupted his education. And that may be one of the reasons he doesn't know how to read to this day. Well, actually, no, he can't read. I mean, he's tried many times. There's something in his brain that just holds him back from what people know as reading. And, you know, he's had many tutors in his life, one most notably, but it hasn't really clicked with him. And I don't know, it hasn't really affected his social life. You don't need to read to be social, and you know, it doesn't really matter for him. I guess he tries, but in a way, he doesn't try at all. Now, because he was a military brat, he decided before becoming socialite, before those thoughts even entered his brain, he decided that he would follow his father's footsteps in the military and join the armed forces. Now, he decided he liked water, he liked drinking it, he liked the way it looked, he liked the way it felt in his hands while he was running his hands through the sink. His fingers went through the sink like this. And he was about 11, 12 years old at the time, but he already had full-grown facial hair, and he was a big guy, about 5'10", 5'9" at the time, and he decided, you know, I'm going to break into this thing, I'm going to get this shenanigans going, and I'm going to join the Navy, because I like water, and I like stuff like that. So we decided that he would join the Navy.
Hello, my name's Artie Beans, and I'm the sea captain for the Navy. Well, I first joined the Navy when I graduated from high school. I went right into the Navy so I could pay for my college tuition, and in the Navy I met Rudy Mettenheimer. I was his commander during the Gulf War and the Cold War, and we did homework together.
If you were to ask me what my first love, my first passion, that would have to be the Navy.
Now, one day, one fateful night in the life of the Mettenheimer dynasty, the one life of the Mettenheimer dynasty, I might add, he was a little tipsy. He was a little, how do I put this, drunk, and,
All you see in the Navy is just a bunch of boys in their shirt sleeves scamping around, having a ball, touching each other's shoulders. In the winter months, we all button up together and drink cocoa. Put our feet together. Oh boy, is it cute.
Then things started getting weird. Things got a little off kilter. It got a little, a little funny. And then during that night, he got laid by the entire Navy. The whole Navy.
We all did. The whole Navy. In one sitting. Like, at once. Not like he would have sex with each member consecutively. It was all at once. Everyone got their pleasure, and everyone was inside of him. He had enough holes.
And after that, he was no longer in the Navy because the Navy was in him.
Having just been kicked out of the Navy, Rudolph Mettenheimer Jr. was down on his luck and his chances. In this destitute state, he came upon a woman of his dreams.
On the fateful day that I met Evelyn, I was fishing, as all men fish, and I noticed in the distance a glimmer. And I said, "What is that glimmer?" So I ordered the captain, "Captain, go to that glimmer." And we went.
We met when I was a student at Miss Rosanna's School of Etiquette. Yeah, he took me on a couple dates.
I said, "Darling woman of the sea, would you humble a man in such a way to be his wife?" And she said, "Rudy, of course." And from that day on, I was committed to Evelyn.
He had a lot of money, so I kind of liked that. Yeah, I did like that. I did. It was nice. He bought me jewelry. See, lots of jewelry.
Now, the recent marriage of Rudolph P. Mettenheimer Jr. and Evelyn Vanderhoff is a very interesting thing. I don't think it will last at all.
If you watch her, she's always moving from place to place. Always jumping. Always moving her legs and arms. Always spinning her head around her body. It's really quite fascinating. If there's nothing on the radio or the television or the movie house, you could watch her and be entertained for about 5 years.
I dance a lot.
He can't stop. I mean, he's going straight forward. He's going to the top, and she's going to hold him back. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong.